Okay, so this here, we should know this. We should recognize, well, I'm telling you it's quadratic, but if you didn't know, that's up 3, that's 5, that's 7, that's 9. So the first rate of change is linear. The first rate of change, if it makes sense, they all go up by the same amount. So the second rate of change is going to be constant. They're all going to be 2s. Okay, so that's what tells us it's quadratic, is that the second rate of change is constant. And that should sound familiar, kind of a newer thing we learned. Okay, now, remember, we talked about the equations of these quadratic. Does anybody remember what the equations look like? Something it's going to have in it? Anybody remember what quadratic equations look like?
The largest exponent is 2.
Whoa, who said that?
Lena.
Nice, Lena. Nice, Imani. I see that now. Excellent. 2 has to be the biggest exponent. Excellent. So, this is literally how you're going to make. You're going to start with an x squared. And then what you're literally going to do is you're going to take one of the x's and square it, and then see what you have to do to get to 5. Okay, so if we take this x, I just picked a random one, you could pick any one, and we square it, what are we going to get if we do 2 squared? What's 2 to the second power, anybody? I can't see the chat.
4.
4. Good. So now, when we square it, we get 4. But remind me again, what should come out when we plug 2 in? What should we get out according to the table?
Five.
5, good. Always keep in mind that these are just like the table, they're like inputs, and then these are the outputs. Okay, so when we plug 2 in, we should get 5 out, but we get 4. So what do we have to add to 4, or possibly subtract? What do we have to add or subtract to 4 in order to get 5? In other words, 4 plus what is 5?
1.
1. So what that means, in order to fix our equation that we started with down here, we have to add 1 to x squared. And now it should work, right? Now if I plug in 2 here, with this equation, I should get out 5 now, right? It should work. So, do we think, looking at this and looking at the other x's, do you guys feel like this is going to work for all of these? For every input and output pair? Like if we plug 3 in, will we get 10 out?
No.
So if I put 3 in here, and I do 3 squared plus 1.
Oh, yeah.
Were you thinking just with the 3 squared?
Yeah.
Yes, good. And so that's why we had to put the plus 1 after it in the equation. Because if we just put x squared, then you're right. then we wouldn't get out 10. So that's why we have to put the plus 1. That way it works. So what that means is that that equation is correct now. So it's kind of like trial and error.